أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ما كان إبراهيم يهوديا ولا نصرانيا ولكن كان حنيفا مسلما وما كان من المشركين. Esteemed sisters and brothers, our listeners, our viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The last few Jum'ahs, I have taken the opportunity to talk to myself and to present situations of the Qur'an as it relates to the great teachings of Prophet Ibrahim. Hopefully that you and I can see sense, can see intelligence, can see meaning, can see hope, and can see what is relevant and what is practical, that our life would not remain as it is, even if it is rosy and nice, but there will be room for growth and enhancement. And today I wish to continue talking about Abraham and to continue to show from the Qur'an what kind of a gentleman he was, what kind of a person he was. What did he stand for? What were his main thrust in society? His main contribution? What did he leave behind? What were his positions in life? What was his stature? When you describe him, how would you describe him? It's like, what kind of a stature are we? What positions do we hold? What image do we present to society? What picture do we paint? What lifestyle do we impress upon society? These are very important parallels. As I've said to you before, that each one of us is an actor or an actress. And we are acting out our roles. The bottom line is your role and my role that I act out, that others see, is it one that is consistent with divine loftiness? Is it one that is capable of even enhancing not only myself, but my audience especially, who interact with me? Or am I just an actor, like many other actors who are programmed to act in a certain way, and whose act is in no way capable to leave a lasting impression on the minds of those who witness such actions and doesn't have the ability to enhance. That is something I want to recommend, that you and I always keep that with us. Because unless we are constantly re-evaluating ourselves, unless we are constantly reviewing ourselves, unless we are constantly examining ourselves, unless we are constantly looking at ourselves critically, objectively, realistically, you will find years will pass in our lives and we might be busy doing a lot of things, but we may not be moving. You can take a next scenario, you can look at a race. You have seen many kinds of races. Sometimes you see lots of competitors in a race, and you see the people who win the race, there are certain things that stand out about them. Because the race, it's all about reaching the goal, the tape. Of course, nowadays they set on the tracks, they set areas that one must run in. But sometimes you see people competing in these races and they're fighting up, as we say in English. There's a lot of physical expression on their faces and you can see their bodies, but they are not making the kind of strides and movement. And then on the other hand, you see people, they have what it takes to run a race. You can see their efforts is matched by their strides and the distance they cover. And that's what life is all about. At the end of it all, it is how I prepare for this race and how you prepare for this race and how much grounds we cover and what action we leave in society. Abraham was no ordinary man. And in fact, prophets and messengers were no ordinary men. But they were not men of religion, to use that common cliche. They were not men of religion. And therefore, since they were not men of religion, their lives are not to be read and memorized like a story. Their clothing is not to be imitated. Nobody has to dress like Abraham to be like Abraham. This is the attitude of people of religion. They get fascinated with the externals. You don't have to visit the places where Abraham lived or walked to be like Abraham. This is another pursuit of people of religion. They get very excited if they heard that Abraham lived in Damascus. So let me go and visit Damascus. That will be a holy visit, right? And Abraham, like many other people, they live in different places by choice and sometimes because they were forced to. Their people ran them out. Because you know, people, they like to hear what they are accustomed to hear. They don't like to hear what challenges their stagnation. And Abraham was special.